Okay, so this next story that I would like to bring to is one that I found extremely interesting, which is why I want to discuss it. So, a black principal resigned after parents accused him of teaching critical race theory. And his response to that is to say, and I quote, "We're dealing with people that are delusional." Now, I want to talk about this because, especially today, there's a lot of talk about cancel culture and the woke mob and all that other stuff. And I kind of want to give my take on it and compare it to this particular situation. So this is an article from Business Insider, or just Insider, that details the following. A black principal who resigned after critics accused him of teaching critical race theory to students and said educators are dealing with people that are delusional as school district culture wars rage on. They are not grounded in any sort of reality, the principal, James Whitfield, told Insider. It is important that we meet that delusion with what's real and we speak truth. And we're unapologetic in our stance to stand firmly in what is true and right. Whitfield announced his resignation as principal of Colleyville Heritage High School near Fort Worth, Texas last week after a saga that dates back to summer 2020, which was sparked after sent a letter to the school community saying that systemic racism is alive and well as racial justice protests swept the nation. And the letter, which was reviewed by Insider, Whitfield urged the community to commit to being an anti-racist. Whitfield, 43, told Insider that he initially received positive responses to the letter, but that changed in July 2021 during a July 31st Grapevine Colleyville Independent School District Board meeting. A former school board candidate alleged that Whitfield was teaching and promoting critical race theory, a learning approach that examines racial bias in U.S. laws and institutions. The academic theory, which is mostly taught at the university level, the graduate university level, I might add, and doesn't feature in Colleyville Heritage High School's curriculum, has become a target in the last year for conservative leaders and parents concerned by racist claims of students being indoctrinated. The man said Whitfield has extreme views and calls for his contract to be terminated. As other attendees at the meeting applauded and cheered in the background, Whitfield denied promoting critical race theory and told Insider that it has been eye-opening to see nonpartisan school boards turn into political battlegrounds. Whitfield was placed on leave, unpaid leave on August 30th through the district, though the district told CNN at the time that it was not related to the critical race theory accusations. According to a settlement document reviewed by Insider, Whitfield agreed to resign last week and will remain on paid leave until August 15, 2023. In a joint statement, the school district and Whitfield said they have mutually agreed to resolve their disputes. Whitfield told Insider he's devastated and that he misses his students and staff. He's also gotten mostly positive support and encouragement since the backlash, but has also been called harsh names and received racist messages in the mail. Whitfield isn't quite sure what his next chapter will look like, but he said he wants to continue having an impact on young people's lives. I just want to be part of something that helps bring people together, helps just make the world a better place, he said. This is amazing for several reasons. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to formally or informally introduce you to cancel culture. There it is. Look, man, you hear a lot of talk about this cancel culture thing and the woke mob. And the way, especially people on the right, try to make it seem like it is the following. They come out, they say something stupid, could be bigoted, maybe it won't, maybe it isn't, maybe it's just something that's politically incorrect, right? And then the response that you get from people on social media is, oh, this is dumb, and they get dunked on, and they get called names and all the rest of it. And then they decry, oh, I'm being canceled, I've angered the woke mob, this is cancel culture, they're trying to cancel me. No, that's not what that is. That's just social media being social media. This feigning outrage that you're portraying over pissing people off on Twitter, that's not cancel culture. Your life isn't being changed or affected as a result of it. You're just receiving a little bit of heat online. Now, does cancel culture actually exist? Yes, but it's much more serious than a lot of these idiots make it out to be. Okay, being canceled isn't pissing people off on social media and having them call you names. Being canceled is when you're being accused of promoting something, no matter what you may think about what it is that you're being accused of promoting, and you're not actually doing that. And then people start to call for you to get fired and for you to be terminated. And then you end up like this guy. That's what cancel culture is. It said that critical race theory, it wasn't even in the curriculum of the school that he teaches at. And I mean, the umbrella over that is it isn't even taught in schools or any high school and below. It isn't even taught in undergrad. It's a graduate level course. You may take it maybe in law school, but that's it. It's not taught in any other places that people are saying that it's being taught. But it's this delusion that he alluded to in that article that people are now under. You know, in that article, it detailed that he released a statement back during the summer of 2020, I believe it was, when there were mass protests going on across the country. We saw the death of numerous black individuals at the hand of police. And he essentially released a statement that said the following: don't be racist. You know, I mean, that's as simple as it gets. Hey, maybe you shouldn't be racist. Maybe you should look at everybody in a favorable view. That's pretty much all he had to say. And he got applause at the time. People were like, yeah, you're right. But if you've noticed, there has been this culture war that's being raised by the right, because that's all that they have. You know, the people don't want more war. The people don't want a theocracy. The people don't want more tax cuts for the rich, which is that's all that the right has to promote on those issues. So they pivot to the culture war and strike at people's angst and anxieties and different prejudices and what have you. And that's what they do. And they're really good at it. And so what you've noted as of late is that the conversation has been tilted from economic agendas towards culture war, particularly critical race theory. And some dumbass, as I detail in their article, came out and just blatantly accused this guy of teaching people critical race theory. No evidence, nothing to support these claims, nothing whatsoever. And as I detailed, he said it in like some kind of board meeting and he got applause from it. What is this illusion that people are under, that now they have to clear people out that they disagree with? Now, do any of those people know what critical race theory is? No, I'm willing to bet top dollar that they don't. But the fact that they're lying, okay, and accusing a guy of doing something that he's not doing and then calling for his termination, I would just like to draw the point and make the connection that right there is indeed a person being canceled in real time, being taken away from their job, their way of life, through means that are unjust. I mean, how do you justify this? What is this even about? It's absolutely insane. Fuck what you think about CRT. It's the fact that he's being accused of something that he didn't do, and then now he's out of a job. Well, he's on paid leave right now, but he said he doesn't know where his next direction will be. And of course, it said in the article that, oh no, there's no connection here with why he's leaving and the accusations against him. That's bullshit. We know that's bullshit, but it's incredibly sad. And my question is, where are the anti-cancel culture warriors that you see online that are like, oh, they're so against this? And by the way, if being anti-cancel culture and anti-woke mob if that's at the top tier of your list of values, you need to look in the mirror and fundamentally reevaluate yourself, because there's something wrong with you. In a country where tens of millions of people are without health care, in a country where our military is currently occupying sovereign countries and regions of the world, where we're bombing innocent civilians in the Middle East and what have you, when the minimum wage is still not a living wage, when so many people are out of a job, in a country like this that's seemingly struggling so bad, and your main issue is combating outrage from people online, you really need to look in the mirror and figure something out. Also, I almost failed to mention, there's a picture, or there was a picture floating around of him embracing and kissing his wife on a beach. Okay, I mean, this is a guy that's at a beach with his wife, and he's kissing his wife because I assume that he loves her because he married her, right? The people in Texas, I guess the parents of the students that attend the school that he's the principal at, got wind of that picture, and they complained about it and said that it was inappropriate, and then continued to call for his resignation. I mean, if this isn't being canceled, I genuinely don't know what is. His way of life is being threatened because he's being trumped up on bullshit charges for seemingly no reason. But I wanted to bring you this story because I thought it was incredibly damning and sad. And it just shows you where we're going. And it also speaks to the broader point of, why do people feel like they need to put their energy towards something like this when you have two political parties, that mean the Democrats and the Republicans, that are offering nothing materially for people to improve their lives? They turn to other avenues to direct as I alluded to before, their hatred, their angst, their anxieties. And it typically goes into the culture war, and that stuff gets fueled up. And some people catch stray bullets like this guy did, and they're a victim of quote unquote cancel culture. But this is incredibly sad. I hate that this had to happen to him, but my guess is we're going to see more things like this in the future, because I don't expect these types of tensions to die down anytime soon.